Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is, another spotlight here on MMADraft.com. I'm Frank Trigg, and this week we're talking to JJ Torres, who's fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, my hometown. So I love talking to Las Vegas guys. Much better. He fights out of Torres MMA Sport. His next fight is in King of the Cage in Las Vegas on May 25th versus John Flores. JJ, how you doing, bud?
Doing pretty good, man. Just relaxing on this Sunday afternoon.
It seems like the last couple interviews I've done are all with athletes that have famous dads. Your father is Juan the Ghost Warrior Torres, who is a six-time world champion, IKS, WKA. He was ranked number 2 in boxing throughout, in his career as the highest he got. I mean, we're talking about a serious dad athletically. What's it like trying to compete kind of underneath that shadow a little bit, especially here in Las Vegas when we're a big fight community?
It's definitely a little bit of pressure. The whole family has actually been really into and involved with martial arts. My two uncles, they were really successful. And my aunt Luce, she was actually a successful kickboxer and karate champion as well. So it's just a full stable of family of just fighters and stuff, So there's that little bit of added pressure, but I'm doing something new with the MMA, not just kickboxing and boxing. So I'm kind of stepping out into my own. But it's definitely a little bit of added pressure, but I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun, and I'm just ready to take on the next step.
How much do you think it helps you having a family that's that active in competition and in the fighting arts, so they understand the locker room warm-ups and the diet and the long training camps and the walk into the ring and cage? Like, how much help does that give you having a family like that?
It's a lot of support, and they all know what they have gone, what the hard work that you got to put through and stuff. So it makes it a little bit easier to go through training camps and to miss certain events like birthdays and parties and stuff like that. They understand that you can't do stuff like that. You don't live a normal life, So it's very supportive, and they've all told me the horror stories of different promotions, how they, just there's a lot of different aspects to fighting, a lot of politics and stuff that they've told me about. They're just trying to point me in the right path.
Right. And you say you don't lead a normal life, but you actually lead a normal life for your family. That's pretty much what everyone in your family's always done, is this kind of mentality, this kind of training. So
very true.
It's kind of normal. It's not that big of a deal. It's kind of cool. That's really neat having a family like that. But now, as I'm reading through your bio that you sent over to MMA Draft, you said you competed last year at 228 pounds, and now you compete at 170. Is that correct?
No, I weighed at 228 pounds this time last year. My first two fights were at 185 pounds.
Wow.
First fight was in August, and then my second fight was in September, and then I dropped down in October to 175. So I'm slowly making my way down to 155, which is the goal. So.
Now, what happened? Why are you up at 228? Were you just fat?
Yeah, I was just fat. Just
Okay.
let myself go. After high school, did the whole partying thing, just let myself go. Did soccer for a while and realized, hey, you know what? Soccer's not really my calling, and that's how I got into MMA. Was, you know what, let me go back to my roots. Let me get back into martial arts and fighting and boxing and get back in shape. And I started getting pretty good. And I'm like, you know what, let me have my own run at this, So we're just kind of taking this long road and trying to become a champion myself.
Wow, that's good. You're doing really well because your amateur record's 3-0. You're undefeated in all 3 of your fights. And like I said earlier, your next one is May 25th versus John Flores. What do you know about your opponent that you're going to fight at King of the Cage?
I actually fought his teammate back in October, and they're just a big grappling school. Their stand-up's not that great, so I've been working a lot of my jiu-jitsu and wrestling. I've been doing a lot of jiu-jitsu with Steve Pellegrino out here. He's been helping me out a lot. So
Yeah.
all I know is he's going to try and take my back and choke me out. That's what he did to his last opponent, and my main thing is to circle away and use my stand-up to try and do my damage.
Who are the coaches you're using right now? What are their names?
Steve Pellegrino is our jiu-jitsu coach right now, and then Juan Torres is our stand-up Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing coach.
Who's going to corner you for your fight?
Excuse me?
Who's going to be in your corner for the fight?
I believe it's going to be Steve and my father.
Okay. And that's your father comes to all your fights?
Yes.
Is that something that you want to have continue all the way through when you make the jump in the pro? Do you think your dad's going to stick with you the entire time, or is there going to be that mutual breakup where it's kind of like, no, it's time for you to move on?
As of right now, it's going to be definitely my father. Just having him in my corner is that extra motivation, and just the energy transfer, the heat transfers over. It's very overwhelming, and it helps me go through. It's like I'm not going to look across the cage and be like, you know what, this guy's not going to beat my ass in front of my dad. Excuse my French, sorry.
No, that's totally fine, and that's actually a good attitude to have. A lot of people don't have that. The only other person that I know of that has that kind of same attitude is Ryan Couture when he goes out there and battles, because his father, for all of his fights but one, has been in his corner. And that's like, I can't lose in front of my dad. I gotta go out there and show what I got. And so that is a great way to approach it, and have your dad in your corner. Plus, he's known you since birth. He knows all your little signs and all your little tells and everything. He knows what you're going through, so he's able to calm you down a lot more too when you get out there. That most of us have. We're not able to get. We don't have that kind of person with us.
Exactly.
So, all right, JJ. Well, thanks for coming out here with us today on MMA Draft. I really appreciate it. Good luck on May 25th, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
You too.